ourselves in Mirabar. We find ourselves in Mirabar. We find ourselves in Mirabar, Mirabar, Mirabar. Harshnag wants a pennant. He wants a peak pennant. In Mirabar, Mirabar, Mirabar. Reach out to the gods, then on our way to find a bed. The gold mine offers food and drinks and a place to rest our head. Never winter our next stop, but first perhaps a chance to shop. The adventure continues.
You wake up and you head on out of the gold mine.
MJ, you can take a level of exhaustion off.
Yes, very correct.
Thank you.
And you can add back your whatever, if you had any other hit points you were waiting to get back.
Correct, thank you.
So you're now just 2 levels. So you're just disadvantage on ability checks and your half speed, I think.
Half speed, eh?
Means he's got a flying speed of -5 now.
You can only fly backwards.
Yeah.
What are you doing then? You're in Mirabar. It's a cool, frosty morning. Harshnag's words are definitely ringing around in your ears about how you're going to feel should you start heading north of here in the not too distant future. So you definitely know that you're going to have to head to Dexter Fletcher's cold weather clothing emporium. I need to write that down.
Okay, can we see, or have we seen anywhere, any signs, symbols, or anything relating to any organisations, such as, including but not
limited
to the Harpers, the Lords Alliance, etc.?
No,
because what we don't want to do is just start working. Excuse me. Do you know where we can find the secret?
That's literally what I was planning on.
Yeah.
I mean, just on that point, I mean, it's worth noting the Harpers are a fairly open faction in general, but not necessarily the individuals will be openly advertising that they are part of it. So, for example, one of the more open people you come across was Darathra back in Tribor, but even then, she needed to see a bit of convincing from you that you were people she felt that she could trust. But I think she's one of the more open about who she is and her place in the Harpers. But not everyone will be like that. When you got to Everland, I think it was in particular, they basically said we don't have anyone in our walls that's a Harper or indeed any other faction.
Yeah. Well, they weren't welcome there, though, were they? The town itself didn't want to be influenced.
Exactly.
By...
That's my point.
Yeah.
From city to city, that's going to change. There's going to be some. There's going to be some that are much more open about it, and some that aren't.
Yeah.
So it's up to you how you think you wish to find them. I've got some suggestions, but I want to just let you see if you come up with anything first.
Quinch maybe queries if Quinch doesn't feel particularly knowledgeable about teleportation. These teleportation circles. Have the previous ones that we've used all been in a spire, tower, or high?
I don't think we've used one.
You haven't. No, you haven't used one. The only one you've actually come in contact with, well, actually, theoretically, Davos has, or at least he landed on one. But in reality, the only one you've actively come in contact with or close to was the one in the Moongleam Tower back in Everland. So it's you don't know if that's a repeating pattern or if that's just a one and done.
Quinch will at least raise that factor and say, is there any tall building here? Because that would also indicate towards potentially an organisation, or
Yeah, what's the tallest building in Mirabar?
Okay, you look around, and as I said earlier, a lot of the buildings are actually quite squat. They're 1 to 2 levels. There's not many large buildings. You suspect a lot of it would go potentially underground. There are a few towers though, not as many as you'd get in other cities. There's probably, you can see as you sort of scan the landscape, you can probably make out half a dozen in total. One of which stands out in particular, and it's less of a tower and more of a sort of a large building, and it reeks of public building. So you suspect probably this might be, say, where the what is known in Mirabar as the Marchion, who would be sort of the equivalent of a Lord Protector. You suspect that might be where he would reside. But the others just look like towers. There's nothing that sets them apart or screams necessarily spies. Dabble, roll me a history with advantage.
Christ. 10.
What?
Christ almighty. Yeah, I can't do anything with that. I'm not gonna fudge that. How would you go about ordinarily trying to find out something that was secret in a large city?
I would normally
Perpetrate some kind of ruse, wouldn't we?
I would say I would go to a notice board and see if there's like some kind of secret messages on the notice board or something.
Okay. Do you want to try that?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. You don't know where that is, but you start rooting around the city and moving around, and eventually you do come across a notice board. Daboff, you notice as you're looking around, there's loads of posters about various things. As you're looking around, however, you notice some thieves' cant written on the sort of bottom of the frame, and essentially it gives you what you would expect to be sort of description of where to find the Thieves Guild.
Yeah, I'll relay that to the group and say might be worth checking. They probably know where pretty much everything is.
Yeah, and they'll probably be amenable to little bribey-wibey, won't they?
Yeah, they probably definitely won't rob us.
Well, there are guilds. Maybe they're striking or something. Who knows? Right, you
Topical.
You exactly. You get it is for when we're recording. Probably not when people hear this. You head in the direction that you think this cant gives you. And you eventually come to a house which appears to be a little out of keeping with the rest of the houses on the street. It looks a little derelict. But as you're approaching it, you actually see somebody go inside. You just hurry inside and close the door. Heading up to it?
Yeah, I think so.
What are you doing? You going to knock on the door? Are you going to walk through the door? What's the plan?
What do you reckon, Derek?
Yeah, it's all on Derek. Derek knows what he's doing.
Can I give a fancy knock as if I'm trying to guess some sort of code knock?
Okay. Can you give me an example of what that knock would sound like?
That.
Fucking hell.
Oh, that was fancy. Oh,
You should have seen the wrist action I gave it. Put some spin on it and everything.
You wait there for a second, nothing happens, and then you hear coming from the door.
Is there any sort of a hatch or anything like that? Like a little eye?
Ordinary house door.
Can I whisper to the door, assuming someone's on the other side, having just knocked?
Yep.
Can I say the boys are reporting to the yard?
Are you saying this in common, or are you saying this in Thieves' Cant?
There probably is a thieves' cant for the hit Khalees song milkshake, but yeah, I'll say thieves can.
Okay. As you do that, the door clicks open and just opens just a little ajar.
Mm.
You sometimes get milkshakes in a jar, don't you? Like in
Yeah,
fancy
yeah,
places.
those posh ones.
Yeah.
With a muffin on top.
Yeah.
As you sort of say this, I'm only assuming in character. Crew lets out little.
Can I see anything through the gap in the door?
No. It's fairly dark inside. Not like cave dark or anything like that. Just, with the light behind you and everything, you can't really see anything.
How close am I to the door?
Well, I assume the fact that you're knocking on it, you're stood right by it.
Can I try and sleight of hand the immovable rod into the gap in the door and lock it in place?
Exactly what I was going to say.
Okay. Yeah, you can do so.
Shove your rod.
I ideally don't want them to notice, but...
Yeah, okay, roll me a stealth.
27.
Okay. You do that, and as you click the button on it, you hear a sound from the outside going, well, he's a thief, isn't he? Come on in, whoever you are.
Oh, then I will...
Just him or all of us.
I'll say, what about my friends?
If you trust them, they can come in too.
What if I don't trust them?
Almost certainly they can come in then.
Nice. And just gives them a wink and just pushes the door open.
As you... Go on.
Krill looks at Dweez and just goes, fucking weirdos.
Dabov says to everyone but Krill, keep an eye on your pockets.
Well, who are we? And as you walk in, you see one man who is addressing you. He is a gnome, very much like yourself.
How tall is he?
3'1".
Okay.
You see a number of other individuals in the room, all of varying races. You see some humans and dwarves, and various other ones that I can't be bothered to list. And he says, "Who are we then, and how did you find us?"
I'll explain about the thieves' cant and just say, with a bit of a knowing smile, my name's Derek.
Hello, Derek.
Yeah, we found the message outside, and we're looking for some secrets, which I believe is your speciality.
Oh, secrets, yeah. We are a thieves guild, but that doesn't mean that we don't trade in other information, shall we call it. Let me introduce myself. My name is Jal Snides, and if there is something that you are wanting, then this is something we can get for you. Tell me, what is it you are wanting, Derek?
I'm going to look at the rest of the group and just sort of, as if shall I just tell them sort of thing?
Yes.
Yeah,
good.
I think it's the-
we should be honest.
We can obscure it with some other items as well, like a belt of giant strength.
I'm going to sort of say, we're looking for the teleportation thing.
I would get that far. I would have said, we're looking for this guild, and then just give them the guild's name. Rather than that's the teleportation.
So is it the Harpers?
Sort of what he said it, did he, though?
Yeah. And we all went, oh, Derek.
Crew doesn't. Crew goes, oh, Dabov.
And I'm going to sort of lean in and whisper slightly as well as, I imagine you're quite good at forgeries as well. Do you have any belts that look a certain way, maybe of giant strength?
We could ask them. Sorry, in character. What about that thing that Harshnag wants? They might be able to get one of those.
Oh, yeah.
What did Harshnag want?
The pig pendant.
Yeah, the pig pendant.
Yeah, I'll ask about that then. Ask if they can get hold of one for us, or if they have one.
Right, so you've come to me with 3 requests. Is this correct? You want a teleportation circle?
If you know, we know there's one in the city. We just want to know where it is.
Oh, You are aware of it. Interesting. I am aware of the Harpers using teleportation circles. I'm not aware of one in this city. That said, I can put you in touch with a Harper. I can find you a Harper. I don't know any right now, but I know my boys are good enough to find anyone in this city. If there's a Harper in Mirabar, I can find one for you easy enough. Cost you, of course.
Of
It
course.
will cost you.
How much?
50 gold pieces. I'll find it within the day. It'll be much quicker than you finding it. I can assure you that, my friend.
How about we discuss the other items and see if we can get a package deal?
So, the peak pendant. This is not something I'm aware of. Do you know what this item is?
It's like a necklace, mate. Pendant.
A necklace. Oh, you can go down the jewellery quarter and get any necklace you want down there.
Do you know what? I've got doubts that this lad's worth 50 gold pieces, to be honest.
If he doesn't know what a big pendant is, yeah. So.
You don't know any Harpers, but you can find one. Then if you don't know what a peak pendant is, maybe you can find out.
Perhaps. But I wouldn't know what it is to know what I can charge you, do I? You know. I'm telling you, if you,
it's a piece of information. That's what you're charging us for. A piece of information. Sure, it doesn't matter what the object is. The information is the piece of information.
Well, you've also told me that it's just a piece of jewellery. I can do that for free. I can go down the jewellery quarter, as I said, and I can find out some jewellery.
We've all got jewellery, mate. Stop showing off. And I think better of just flashing one of my necklaces in the Thieves Guild. We've all got jewellery, mate. Hey.
I don't think you do anymore, sir.
Quinch has got loads of jewellery. Quinch, show me gems.
Yeah, he's been glistening them.
Dabble's gonna bluff slightly.
Unprompted for ages. Just
Gonna bluff slightly and just say it doesn't have. I don't know if it does anyway, but it doesn't have any monetary value. It's just.
It's sentimental.
Yeah, just a bit of a sentimental thing. Favour for a friend.
If it's sentimental, then it's probably almost priceless if you think about it.
Yeah, he's not a very good friend.
I mean, if you want me to find out about it, it's absolutely fine. I can find out about it. Let's provisionally call that another 50 gold pieces, because I don't know what I'm getting myself into, sir.
The peak pendant allows us to travel north. That's about as much information as you need, sir.
Well, how about this? 25 gold for information on it. 50 gold if you bring us the pendant.
Well, what about the cost of the pendant itself? I guess I could get that for free. I am the Thieves Guild. It's a good point. Good point, Joe. What about we call it 25 gold pieces of the information and we'll renegotiate later once I've found out more about it? I don't want to be giving away 25 gold pieces worth of kit if it's worth thousands, do I? I could just then sell it to the highest bidder.
Okay, but payment on delivery.
Okay.
It'd have to be payment on delivery, Krill. He's not going to tell us how much he wants for it until...
I meant the information.
This works for me. Okay. And your third item, you want a belt of giant strength? Is this...
Quote
Yeah.
unquote.
A definitely real one.
A definitely
And then he
real
winks. Dabble.
Krill sees this go. Krill's not oblivious to this hushed tones and winking. Krill
It's almost as if you've got a perception stat to check that.
I'm
really.
literally stood there right with you. It's not like I need a perception roll to hear what you're saying. 4
Yeah,
inches from
to
my
be fair,
face.
you if you've been saying it in common and you've been saying a definitely real fake forged one.
Yeah.
I know, it whispered the fake
Krill's-
forged bit.
Krill's just gonna just ignore that last one. They're just being dickheads.
I will
Brave to say
let's
that
go-
in the middle of a thieves guild.
Let's go with a performance on your original fake forged comment.
Performance.
to see if you were able to. It's essentially the stealth of talking.
13.
13. Can I get a perception from you then, Krill?
It's gonna pass, and I'm gonna believe him. It's gonna be really fucking shit. Yeah, 6. Obviously, I definitely fucking believe him. Talk, yeah, stupid.
Well, now I know that this is a magic item that you are talking about, and I can only assume this costs thousands in the real world. So I can put my hands on it for let's say 1,000 gold pieces. Wink.
Does he say wink?
Yeah. No, he just gives you a.
Nice. I'll just sort of say,
He says wink. He says wink in thieves' cant.
I'll just say, that's a bit rich for us at the moment, but we'll bear it in mind.
Okie dokie. All right then. If you want to give me the 50 gold pieces for the information on the person and the 25 gold pieces, I will go on my merry way. And please do not try and suggest that you would want to be paying me afterwards, because that doesn't work that way, I'm afraid. You came to me for the information.
Did we not already agree that the information on the pendant would be paid on delivery?
I thought that was for the delivery, the payment on the delivery of the pendant.
That was, but also on the information. You guaranteed us that you could find Harper. We'll pay you the 50 gold for that. You've made no guarantee that you'll provide information on the pendant.
This works for me. To call this a day, I will happily accept the 50 gold pieces. Return here at 6 p.m. this evening. I will have a name for you.
I'll discuss with the group. Do we want to spend this much money on information?
I don't feel we've got any other recourse to the information.
I mean, to be fair, he said he's just going to find us a Harper. Don't Harpers famously have a uniform and a crest?
No,
but they also famously have the cover often.
The Harpers, whilst the Harpers are not everyone purports to being a Harper, because they are ultimately sort of spies. They're the good guy spies, but there's a lot of people that operate under anonymity, so to speak.
Fair. If people are happy spending it, I'm happy. I just thought I'd mention it.
Is it just covered? What's the kitty looking like, Stuart?
Well, let's not make any conversations about kitties in thinking about where we are, and someone else just pulling up the 50 gold pieces if they've got it.
I don't got it. I don't think.
And then we'll square it up afterwards.
Old man Greg will pull it out from his sleeves.
Because Stuart doesn't really want to pull out the
big clinking bag,
the amount of money that I would have to be wading through.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Greg pays it.
Thank you very much. Return at 6 p.m. I will certainly have the information of the Harper for you. I'll hope to at least have some information on the other item as well. Good day, sirs.
Do I attempt to pickpocket it back?
Maybe pickpocket him after we get the information.
Yeah, fair.
Maybe just kill him after we get the information.
No, not even that. God.
Right.
Okay. You head on out to the rest of the day.
Just as we leave, Krill pulls Damov aside and just, Damov, are we all right? Me and you, are we all right? Because this morning I was speaking to the barman and he said that you'd asked rather specifically for a milkshake in place of the oat milk, and then just a minute ago, whilst I did roll really badly, I did get the vibe that you was sort of fucking with me a bit. And have I done something to upset you?
I mean, that stench this morning was somewhat ungodly, so I think that upset all of us.
I'm sorry, no, but the stench was as a result of you fucking with me. So I'm really unsure what the initial triggering event is in this vendetta against me.
It's just the trickster part of Arcane Trickster, surely.
Okay, and it's just targeted at me, is it?
I mean, also, Dweezil did piss his pants. I don't think any of us missed that.
I just don't appreciate it, and would rather you didn't fuck with me about things like giant belts. 'Cause they're cool.
I can't remember. What was the effect of that magical powder you blew in my face? Can't remember.
It made you fly, didn't it? Is that the floaty one?
I honestly
No,
don't
it
remember.
paralysed him.
Oh yeah, paralysis. Yeah.
I'm sorry. That
I
it had a
specifically
very,
remember
I'm
being
sorry that
date
you had
raped.
a
That was really
bad
weird.
reaction to. I'm sorry you had a bad reaction to it.
I'm sorry you had a bad reaction to the milk. How could I have known?
How about we call it even and move on? I'd really like to be your friend. You're not making
Where's this
that
come
easy.
from? Fine.
Bruce.
That's definitely how you want to end that conversation. It's fine.
Is this something we really want to have in the middle of the Thieves Guild?
It's as
We were
were
outside.
Yeah,
We were
it's as we
outside.
were
as we
leaving.
were leaving,
So,
alright.
Krill reaches out his hand to shake on a truce and only hopes that Dabov would uphold his end.
Dabov's going to
Why is
quickly
he holding
ask,
up your end?
which hand do you wipe with? And did you wipe?
And, it was messy. I used both.
We'll shake later.
I have washed since then.
I don't know that.
Okay. You are in Mirabar. You have several hours to kill with, at the very best, a visit to Dexter Fletcher's Cold Weather Clothing Emporium to keep you busy.
Thank you so much for listening to Dice and Desire. If you were...
Hello.
Quinch, what are you doing here?
I thought I'd help out with the promo.
No, Quint, no, come on. You're just going to talk about random place names that don't exist.
No, I wasn't. I was going to talk to you about my adventures in Valaquanth, the very best that the Tendering Meadows has to offer.
God, if you have to be here, at least read this out.
Okay, what have we got here? Leave us a review on Apple or Podchaser.
Oh, yeah, it was fine. It's pronounced Apple, but that was fine. Now read this bit.
You can also follow us on Twitter, Facebook and Instagram. Just search Dice and Desire.
I'm actually very surprised that was all pronounced correctly. Thanks, Quinch. Thank you guys for listening. Do exactly as Quinch said and help us out in those various ways. And we look forward to sharing another episode with you very soon.
Welcome to Roleplay Retcon Studios, located at the nexus of all alternate universes, including the sexy vampire ones. Ooh. At Roleplay Retcon, we remake famously disappointing movies using comedy, hindsight, and tabletop RPGs.
Like Dungeons and Dragons?
Yes, but specifically not Dungeons and Dragons. We take a second pass at guilty pleasures like Batman and Robin or Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, and even some controversial favorites like Twilight.
But I love those movies.
We do too, and all of the movies we do have something to love. If they didn't, there would be nothing to reimagine. At the end of each series, we compare our vision to the original films, because why the not?
I can't wait to listen to Roleplay Retcon on nerdsmith.org or wherever you get podcasts.
I'm gonna listen to it before you do.